ultimately, a leader needs a team to achieve their goals. So what makes a high-performing team?
A high-performing team is characterised by highly competent and highly committed individuals.
You just mentioned communication, and communication is one of the essential when it comes to leading a team or managing a team successfully. So what would you need to create a good communication plan?
I think the first and probably the most important element of the communication plan is understanding what the people who are working on the ground floor of the institution that you're involved in, what their fears and concerns are about whatever change is going to be made.
Many organizations claim that people are their most important asset, but in some of the organizations, the action do not always match this. Why such a paradox?
I think it's to do with language, actually. When people talk about the greatest asset, it sort of implies that they're like a toolbox or something that you're going to use to do something.
How daydreaming in organization can be productive.
The problem with organizations at the moment is that they're trying to occupy all of our time. They're trying to squeeze as much out of us as possible, which is good in many respects. It's good for the organization, and it challenges and encourages and motivates the individual. If we don't give space to people to think, have time to think, have time to imagine, we're not going to create the products and services for the future.
So what are some kind of good practice these days in audit?
First of all is understanding your client, understanding the needs of what's going on, understanding the industry they're in, or in a particular, for public sector, the ministry that they're involved with and the issues that they face on the local, national and global level.
So what have you find are the specific challenges that organizations, especially public sector organizations, are facing currently, and they need really desperately or to implement these performance measurement or management systems?
In the UK, one of the big challenges for the public sector is increasing demand but decreasing resources. So organisations all over the country are facing challenges to provide the services that people need and to prioritise the services that people need.
What are some of the methodologies perhaps that you have used, or some of the tools that you have used during the session?
Okay, yeah, we've used a variety of different concepts and theories and methodologies. We spoke about different types of leadership in terms of you have delegative and authoritarian and participative. We explained the difference, and people looked at their own, their teams, their management and themselves to try and establish who they are.
You have mentioned the evidence-based marketing, which I liked and I found it insightful. Can you come back again on this notion of evidence-based marketing?
Sure. One of the problems that many people within public relations and marketing have had to struggle with is the fact that they're in what I call transmit mode.
So what has been the impact then on the industry and on the market in general and beyond the recession, of course, we found ourselves in?
Okay. It was greed, okay? Bankers' greed and their appetite for risk is what caused where we're at. And the legislation wasn't there to prevent and protect people, and that was the direct influence.